So, second half of the story. I'm at home. We left the dog park, and I'm at home. I tried to look a little better, too. Anyway. So the second portion of that is that last night I was in bed and I couldn't sleep, and, something was, egging me to plan my trip to go to New York, because I want to go to New York and I want to see an opera in live and living color. I done seen many of them on the on the screen at the movie theater, which is fun too, because it's still a show, but I want to go to New York, actually on the, in the area where all these live shows happen. And I want to go see one in live and living color. So I bought a ticket to La Boheme last night. 2 tickets, really. But I'm going by myself. I ain't worried about that. 2 tickets, because it was cheaper to buy the 1 ticket that I was getting ready to buy on another site. But I found out these are resale tickets, and there's some blockage of view because it's in a box seat, box number 6, seat number 5, or something like that. So it's possible that I could not see all of the whole opera, but I want to go, and I want to go by myself. So I'm going on March the 7th, and I'm staying to March the 9th, and I'm just going to have a good time in New York by myself. And funny story about that, when I found the flight, the crazy thing is I found the ticket first. So I found the ticket for La Boheme first. Bought the ticket, then went to American Airlines because I had a credit with American Airlines that I knew that I could use. When I went to American Airlines and started searching the flights for the dates that I need to go, the first flight popped up non-stop to New York was $302. I couldn't believe it. I was blown away. So I knew that I thought I had $300 and some in the credit. So I booked it all the way through, and then went to my email, found that trip number, stick the trip number in there, and it says invalid. So I'm copying and pasting, and I finally opened up the email. It said that trip credit expired January the 5th. Well, last night was the 31st of January. So I'm like, oh my God, cannot believe I let American Airlines have $300. Just let them have $300. Because my credit was for like $309 and something like that. Anyway, I decided to call American Airlines and talk to them about, hopefully, I'm hoping that somebody could do something with them few little days that I missed out on. So the man felt bad for me and said, but basically he not gonna do nothing. So I asked him, could I speak to a supervisor? He transferred me up to a supervisor. My head was spinning so hard, I was trying to figure out how I was gonna get the supervisor to let me use that credit. Because it was like, that's crazy that I had missed out on that. And so while I'm talking to the supervisor, I'm steady searching my email, because I thought that I had bought a ticket right after I canceled that trip. I canceled it again because I bought a ticket somewhere. I don't know where I was going. But I bought a ticket somewhere, and then I canceled it. So that took the expiration date up a few more weeks. But for whatever reason, that credit was only $290 something. So I end up having to pay $9 of my own money for the ticket. But to even have the trip only be $302 or something like that to a round trip nonstop to LaGuardia. That's insane to get a price like that. That's insane to get a price like that. So, although it took some work, I got it done. And so now I got my ticket to La Boheme. I got my flight, and now I need to work on where I'm going to stay. And my little niece gets a discount through the Marriott, but I think I need to go ahead and just order my shit and don't worry about trying to use her discount, because that seemed like that might be too much. Too much. Anyway, back to the story. So, it's a girl I know that, and we're not friends, but we're not friends. We know each other from high school, and we've learned over the last couple of years that we have some similarities in our pathways in life. But she is coming from the standpoint of the high school girl that was the most popular. Like, all the boys wanted her and all the girls wanted to be her. For some reason now she feels like there was some type of curse that she had to live through, and that everybody has been taking advantage of her entire life. Irregardless, she tried to invite herself on my trip to New York. Now, again, I split in half. That side of me that's all desperate and wants somebody in my life, thinking, yeah, let her come. But for real, she wouldn't do nothing but come and change everything that I want to do, because she's saying she want to meet me there, but she don't want to go to the opera. If you don't want to go to the opera, why do you want to meet me there? Why do you want to meet me there? What, for what? For what? You don't even want to do what I want to do. Why do you want to meet me there? And so I wrestled with that for about, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes. I didn't say anything because a part of me was, I didn't even want to tell her what dates I was going. And I had started leaning toward just like not saying nothing in the ghost area. You know, not saying nothing, not texting back and not saying nothing. But the person that I'm becoming said, no, tell her that this trip is for you. And that you're going solo to do what you want to do. And you don't want to be grappling back and forth with nobody trying to plan nothing or orchestrate nothing. Just tell her flat out. And I told her. Now, she hasn't responded, so I don't know how she feels legitimately, but intuitively, I feel like she probably feels some type of way that I said my truth. Because I do notice a pattern with the connections with humans that I've had in my 57-year experiences, that as long as I'm going along to get along, because I am the people pleaser, I go along to get along. Long as I'm going along to get along, I'm in great standing in relationships. But the moment that I speak my truth about anything, that's when the divide happened. That's when the straw that broke the camel's back, and that I went too far with fun. And the person that's on the other end of the spectrum can't respect it at all. Y'all, I'm making some hot toddy. This apple cider vinegar. I mean, not apple cider vinegar, just apple cider. It's just apple cider. And I got some ice cubes that's made out of Parade lemon. So I boiled some lemons till they were so hot, and then I parade them and put them in the ice thing. So this is apple cider, the parade lemon, and and it is motherfucking delicious. I mean, the best that hot toddy I've ever had. Perfection is what it is. At any rate, I know that she is feeling some type of way because she hasn't responded. But, you know, the people pleasing part of me is like, we lost her as a friend. She ain't gonna want to talk to us no more. And the new me is saying that she was never your friend. You all were just associates. She was already feeling some type of way because I went out on a date with myself last night to this place called Cleaver and Cocktails. And they make their own blend of meat for their hamburger, and you can taste the difference. I know I'm not supposed to be eating meat, but I got that. It was fire. Anyway, I like the ambiance. I like the way it look up in there. I like the drinks. Like, it's my type of vibe. And so I told her about it. You know, if she was ever in St. Louis, she should check it out. She said, we should go when I come in town. The first thing I thought was, that's not going to happen. How many times has she said she was coming to St. Louis to do one thing or another and that she was going to get with me and didn't? And not that I was sitting around, you know, shaking my tail feather waiting, but at some point, I have to point out that you like to make plans, but you don't follow through. So all I said was, you know, just come to St. Louis to do whatever it is that you're going to do with your people and hit me up if you get free. You know what I mean? And who knows? I might not be free when you are able to be free, especially that we can't plan anything. That's the whole thing in a nutshell. She doesn't make plans with you. She just throws these different scenarios out as if they're, you know, it's always a possibility. It's a possibility that they might happen. But more than not, she's going to get wrapped up into something that's going on with her friends and her family, and it's not going to happen. So I'm not going... Oh, my God. Y'all, this is so good. And it's a little chilly outside. This is so good. That's good. Try that. And this is the apple cider. That apple cider just perfect. I got that from Sam's. So try that. I'm telling you, that's fire. That's fire. Super fire. But, I mean, back to my story. The reason why I'm making these videos is because I'm finally choosing myself. It took a lot of me to tell her that I was going on that trip by myself and that I didn't want any company. That was not easy. And I didn't even want her to go, but still it wasn't easy to tell her that I wanted to go on this trip by myself. So however she's feeling, I'm proud of myself for standing up for myself. Something I never do. Normally I would have let her come and she'd have changed all the plans of the shit that I got in my head that I want to do. I'm going to do it by myself. I don't need no company. Well, I I'm gonna get ready to let y'all go. I'm growing up, you know, at 57, I'm still growing. Learning how to love myself because it just ain't an easy thing to do. And it just blows my mind when I talk to people and they just easily say, I love myself. Loving yourself take a lot of work. And I'm doing the work.